Alrighty, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to TerrorCrave. I am Lee, and I think you're Jason.
I am
Is
Jason.
that right? Am I Lee and you're
this,
Jason?
Hey,
I got the
whatever.
names right.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Teleprompter messed up, so I was like, Lee, Jason. All right, I hope I get it right.
You
What's
get
up,
a teleprompter? You have a. Yeah.
You didn't see? What are
Hey,
those,
do you?
What are these words coming across my screen? Maybe there's subliminal messages.
It's possible. Well, I don't know.
Am I supposed to share some?
Maybe it might just be voices in your head or something.
Am I supposed to share subliminal messages?
Yes. Well, they're flashing up the whole video. Like it's just flashing up like little BT Haunts Productions, like movie titles, stuff like that. Oh, there went one there. Night Shifter, I believe it was.
There you go. Right?
Yeah. Can you hear that? Like the spooky. Well, of course you can't, because I'll add that in editing. But it's spooky music playing because it's Halloween season, man. We are officially in October.
It is. We are in October, and what a great way to bring it. I mean, not great for some people down in Florida. I was gonna bring up. By the way, I hope anybody who's listening to this is down in Florida. Hope everybody's safe and sound. But the after effects are here, and I was referencing the gloom and the cloudiness. You know what I mean? It's nice little cold entrance, as they said, into Halloween. Nice way to cuddle up and watch some good horror movies.
I've got my flannel on, man. Got my flannel. Wearing my Dallas hat because they beat your Commanders today. Just a little while ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here we are trying to get along right at the beginning of the show. And you just
just right off the
punches.
Hey, when Dallas wins, I brag, which isn't very often, so I get to brag.
You know what? There you go. I understand that. And if we had bragging rights, I would also love to do the same.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have forgotten what that feels like. So I would be a little rusty even if that was true. I wouldn't know what to do.
Are you getting rain right now?
Yeah. Yes, we've been getting rain all weekend, man. You know, like it's been coming down here and there. Not like a torrential downpour. In my mind, I was thinking that it was going to be a constant heavy downpour of rain. It's been, I can't remember a really heavy downpour, just a consistent rain. Not a hard rain.
No, it's not bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. We got a lot of wind on Friday evening, but thank goodness it wasn't as bad as what we thought it was going to be. But you know, I think the music's still playing. Yeah, it's still going a little bit. So see, it's good, isn't it? I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Sunday, Walking Dead comes back on tonight. Final few episodes, man.
Final 8, I think. I think it's 8. Is. Yeah. Final 8 episodes begins. I don't know. Something tells me it's not going to be a consistent run of 8 episodes. Maybe that would be fantastic, but I feel like it's going to be a 4-4 type deal.
Yeah, I wish they would, but you're probably right. They'll probably do 4 and then 4. Like we'll get the month of October and then have to wait till freaking January or something like that, which is crazy.
That's what it runs out. That's my guess. Yeah. Well, anyway, but it starts tonight. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Should be good. You know, it is tired. It's run its course.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to be asking a lot for people, maybe not, depending on how it ends, but a lot for these people to start to follow all these new spin-offs that are kicking off, splintering the cast. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their own little thing. Which, I mean, if you had to say, which one are you most excited about? Would you be interested in Daryl's spin-off or Maggie and Negan's spin-off? Or let's throw Rick and Michonne's little thing going on out there too. If I didn't give you a chance to study, but if you had to choose, put them in order.
Well, I'm not a huge Maggie fan, but I think Negan's probably my favorite character right now. So I'd probably have to go with the Negan and Maggie. It's kind of like they put my least favorite with my favorite. The Daryl and Carol one, that gets old to me. You know, the whole thing, like, whatever, you know, get on with your life, Daryl. Come on, man. He's one that I wish they had knocked off a long time ago. He's just kind of like there. And I know that I'm probably committing a Walking Dead sin right now because everybody loves Daryl, but he's just not one of my favorite characters. It's kind of like he'll have his own show, just showing him out in the woods, and you know, there's really nothing there. I mean, why? It's just like they needed to waste a week, so they brought in a Daryl show.
Oh my! I know
Yeah.
you have always been very. You haven't really hidden your disdain for Daryl, so to speak, over these past few. So yes, the audience should not be surprised to hear that. So let me like that's the last. That's the least. That's the least one.
Yeah.
So then, so Rick and Michonne is number one. I'm guessing, followed by
Yeah, I
me.
guess I'd have to go with Rick and Michonne just to see they have to finish this out. The whole from the beginning to now, they have to finish this out. And that's one of my concerns with the show. I hope we know what happens to all the characters. I hope they don't leave us like in limbo with some of the characters wondering where they went, what they did, or whatever. If they're going with the Commonwealth, if that's where they're going to end up, and they stay there and they turn it into their own thing, it is what it is. But I don't know. I hope they end this out the series. I hope they end it well.
I think somehow it will be somewhat consistent with the series, the comic book graphic novel as it ended. You know what I mean? Um, Spoiler alert, I don't think it is, but Rick dies in the graphic novel, and then they shoot a couple years, and everybody's kind of Carl's grown, and everybody's kind of made a real society out of
Yeah.
this. I feel like they will leave people in some society. I think it'll be uh some people's names anytime if you ask me, it'll be the girl with the baby, who was with. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. Hang on. Not
Why do we do this to each other? You can't think of her name either, I guess.
no. But I know who you're talking about. I know who you're
Do
talking about.
you? All right. All
Really,
right.
you think
Yes.
that she's going to be the one that keeps going?
Yes. Yes, Sophia.
Hmm.
Yes, I do. Sophia? It's not Sophia.
No, it may be Sophia. The one that came with Abraham is who you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
I
The one who
remembered his
came with
name.
Abraham. Yes, you did. Which I actually was going to reference
I think
that
it
a
is
little bit ago,
Sophia.
and
Yeah.
I couldn't think of Abraham's name. So I'm so glad you thought of that because I couldn't even think of that. Terrible. Is it
I
Sophia?
I would be fine if everyone died except the people that were having their own little spinoffs.
Which is then all secondary characters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. Rosita.
See, told you. You were right, Rosita.
Rosita. I think she will be the one who's left in charge of this society of some sorts. Yes, I really do.
I can see that. I can
No,
see that.
but we'll see. We'll see, man. Uh, so I know we talked about X last week, and you had not seen it. Now you have,
Yeah.
so we can discuss your thoughts and tell me what you thought of it, man. This is directed by Ty West,
Yeah.
who directed House of the Devil, which is a movie I think I told you about, but you
You
had not
did.
seen. And I'd say this movie has the same tone. I kind of like Ty West's way he does his films. They're like old 70s or 80s movies that you're watching.
Well, to me, like which first I'll just say that I like the movie. Um I'm a little confused. I want to talk to in a minute about the trailer they're showing for Pearl.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a second because I'm a little confused. Um I thought it had a Rob Zombie vibe to it, like the House of a Thousand Corpses or even Devil's Rejects. The way, especially House of a Thousand Corpses, the way that they would, you were watching one scene, it would flash over to something else that kind of had maybe had a little something to do with it, maybe not, or just like little flashes here or there, which I like that. I thought I like the way that it was filmed. Um, it does have a little bit of nudity in it. I mean, you didn't tell me not to let my 10-year-old watch it with me, but no, I'm kidding. I wouldn't let him.
I was gonna say.
Just going off the title. No, it had nudity, but it had to have that nudity. It had to have that. I mean, it's X is the name of the movie, so I liked it, man. I thought it was
It
gory.
had to have that nudity. I think that's every director said probably under that line at one point.
Well,
It had to have that nudity in the movie.
yeah. Well, even at the part when just before they showed like the nude first nude scene, like when they're shooting a porn is what they're doing. I guess we haven't even talked about what the film's about, so that most people probably know, but that some people are going out to shoot a porn at this farmhouse. They rented a little, almost like an Airbnb thing back in the 70s. but the it's a little bit crazy stuff going on, a little bit. Um, I did like how the one actor turned to the right face on eyes to the camera and said, "Now let's get to what the people came to see." Because a lot of people probably went to this movie knowing it was X and going to see some nudity. But I liked
Yeah.
how they worked that in. I like those little things. Um, it had some gore in it. Were you okay with that? It was pretty gory, man.
It did. It did. The stabbing of that one guy, poor dude, whose
Oh my
girlfriend got
gosh, man.
lured into the into the porn film. Oh, I was like, oh boy, it was like
That
hurt.
poor guy, man.
Yeah, no, but he got stabbed up. Yeah, that was pretty rough scene right there. Yeah, it was. It wasn't, but I see what you're saying about the Rob Zombie feel, but I feel like we would have had if it was Rob Zombie, it would have been way more torturous
Yeah,
type stuff. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Which I don't like that. So
right.
that's why this, you know what I mean? I don't like torturous and let's mutilate that stuff. So this one was better. I liked the whole, had a lot of suspense in
Yeah.
it. Just crocodile scene alone with the girl who
Oh
walked.
man,
You know
I
what I
thought
mean?
for
And the
sure she was going to get
crocodiles
killed right there,
just
and I was like, well, see,
slowly chasing up behind her.
that's something we talked about the other day. I don't know if we mentioned it on the show, but you and I, before we watched X, they came out with the trailer for Pearl. And
Yes.
in my opinion, for people that hadn't seen that, as soon as you see, like, you don't even have to watch just going off the name and the picture they put for the trailer. I was like, well, okay, well, I know who the final girl is.
Right.
It kind of messed me up. I wish I hadn't seen but the trailer was everywhere. You couldn't avoid it.
Well, here's what I'll say about that. Is I was thinking the same thing that this was going to be the final girl, but this is different because that girl, like I was thinking she was going to be the final um girl, but or that she was kind of almost like in. I was thinking more along the lines like she was the bad. Turns out to be a bad girl, also like a villain.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? That's what I was thinking when I started seeing Pearl before I had seen X. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Before I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, so it's ruined it for me in that way. But it doesn't because she is actually the final girl. She's not a villain in this film at all. But
No,
what they do, and I didn't know this watching, you probably did pick up on it. Girl who is the final girl, you know what I mean, who plays the last girl, the main girl in X.
yeah.
She also plays the old lady.
Oh, really?
Yes, she also
Oh, I didn't
plays
know that.
the old lady, which is why she is. So this prequel Pearl is about the old lady,
Okay,
which
so
is
the prequel is
why.
not about the actor that came there to be in the porn. It's
No,
about
no, 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 no,
they're just
no. That's
using
what
the
I'm saying.
same.
Yes, the same
Okay,
actress, because that same actress. Remember that old lady was obsessed
yeah,
with the main girl. You know what I mean?
yeah,
She was, and I guess it was because she looked a lot like her. Is kind of what I'm thinking of. You know what I mean? It was just like saw herself in her and wanted her. You know?
yeah. Well, you can tell the old lady is like I didn't know that's who it was, but I could tell it was a younger person playing her with makeup on. You know what I mean? You could see that because um sometimes people who act as an older person in a movie they don't do a good job at it. This one I don't think it was as much the acting as maybe the makeup. Like I could tell it was a younger person in it or something. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how naive I am. I honestly did not think that was a young person playing. I
Really, you
thought it was
thought it
an
was an
old
old lady?
lady of some sort. And Mia Goth is the actress's name,
Okay,
who we're talking about here. And her character's name was Maxine in the
okay,
movie X. But yeah, what they did was just interesting to me. Like I said, I didn't know. I had no idea. And like you, I was thinking Pearl was ruining it for me. That Pearl was. I was thinking that girl,
yeah.
not knowing, not seeing
Well,
X yet,
that's
that
a
she
tad
was the
confusing,
bad
man.
girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
oh, I'm like, oh, this chick's in it on and whatever's happening.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And how these people are getting killed, she's behind it.
right.
But it turns out that she's not. She's
And
just
that movie just came out. Like that was quick too, man. Because I swear X just came out like 6 months ago or something, right?
the story I've heard. Yes, it did. Is that after filming X, um, the director Ty West, had to be under mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks or wherever he was going.
Oh,
So while he was under mandatory quarantine, he wrote Pearl, the prequel. Right after he'd done X, that's why they were able to come out so quickly. And then asked Mia Goth, "Hey, do you want to stay?" I think they felt it in the Netherlands or somewhere overseas. And they said, "Do you want to stay over here, film? I've got this movie." And she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that's kind of how they were able to come out so quickly.
Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but no, it was good. I enjoyed it. Kid Cudi, I like him. He's a rapper. He played one of the actors in there. Played Jackson. Uh, he was good. The whole cast I thought did great. And the
Yeah.
cast was all recognizable. Jenna Ortega, the girl who you think, she's the innocent girl. You kind of think that maybe she'll be the final girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she's the innocent one who's there with the camera guy. Anyway, Jenna Ortega, she's the one who runs out the house and gets shot. Pow! I can't. She was trapped in the basement. Anyway, she plays Wednesday. Her,
The
and
Tim Burton
the
show
Tim
coming up.
Burton show coming
Hmm.
out, this Adams Family spinoff, and she was also in Scream. So this actress is getting some, pretty
Oh,
big
I forgot she was in
horror
Scream. Yeah.
genre roles. You know what I mean? She's doing pretty well. Uh, anyway, I guess we'll probably see more of her. I would say arguably Scream was pretty high profile. She was one of the main girls in that, but I think this Wednesday thing was pretty high profile for her too.
Oh yeah, I think this will be a good one for her.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the guy that like, man, who goes and sees like a hole in the wall and just goes over and looks through it? That's like the classic. Don't do that. I mean, what in the
Yeah.
world was he thinking, man?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
something
man.
just move? Let me look through this hole.
Yeah. But
Crazy.
no, as a
What?
whole, X is good. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that one. What would you give that out of a 10?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 8,
I fu-
7.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna give it a
I'd
7.
come in around a 7. Yeah, it was good.
No, it was good. It was good. It's a lot of, just like I think Ty West's films are. At least I keep saying, I never saw The Innkeepers. That's one I really need to see. That's supposed to be really good. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I think I
But
have
House
seen
of the
the
Devil
Innkeeper.
has a lot of, I just like I said, the whole, he's got a lot of slow buildup.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's just really good. The tension and it's good stuff.
If we were going somewhere to film a movie, and I don't care if I was helping somebody look for somebody that was lost or not. If I walked down to the edge of the water at night and I saw a car down in the water, I'd come back and say, "Hey guys, it's time to go." You know what I mean? Like that's just there's no reason for a car to be down in the pond or lake or whatever. So,
Well, I don't think he ever made it back though, did he? I mean, he tried. I mean, once
oh
he saw
no, he
that
didn't make it
car,
back.
so I
Yeah.
mean, I think he probably would have tried to at least say that, but he never made it back at all. It
Yeah.
was, yeah, yeah.
All right. So I
So,
mentioned that I thought this one was kind of like a Rob Zombie type thing, the way it was filmed, a couple of parts of it with the flashback. So the Munsters came out this past
what?
week.
Yes. So I was going to ask you, what? I know you've had a chance to watch it, and I know you went into. Take it back a little bit. Before the first trailer came out over the summer, we were very excited about it. Had high hopes. Trailer came out. We were crushed. We thought it looked horrible. The anticipation factor dropped immensely. Boom. Two extremes. Now that you've seen the movie, where does it fall? What did you think? Because you went in there with such low expectations, did it? Where does it? What did it do for you?
I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan. Always have
Yeah.
been. Music, everything. Love all the movies. I think House of a Thousand Corpses is my favorite, all time favorite. Um, with this one, I guess I was like a lot of people going into this thinking this was going to be a Rob Zombie film, like the Devil's Rejects 3 from Hell, something like that. And then found out it was going to be PG, and I was like, how's that going to work? Um, so anyway, you've heard me complaining for the last several weeks about, not I wasn't too happy with the way it went, but um, I'll say that I watched it with an open mind. This is one of those films that you can't think of it as much of as like it's going to be a Rob Zombie film, just that Rob Zombie wrote and directed it. It's got the same characters. I thought some of them did okay jobs with it. I didn't think Sherry Moon Zombie did that great at her role. Um, And I watched Munsters, the old Munsters, so I know how the characters are supposed to be, and I know that Lily Munster, the original actress, was dramatic and always had her hands up and this and that. But I didn't think that Sherry did a great job at the acting in it. But I will say that this I liked it as far as this is a movie when October comes and you're getting ready for Halloween and everything. This is one you can throw on there just to watch. Just to say that you watched this during Halloween. It's kind of like Hocus Pocus, and don't put it on the same level as like Hocus Pocus,
Right.
or something like that. But like Netflix came out with Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween last year. I just watched that. Like I've already seen that like twice in the last couple of weeks. My youngest son loves it, and I like it too. I think it's a good movie, good Halloween movie. But it's one of those ones that you can throw on around Halloween time and watch it, and it's okay. If you're doing something else like decorating or something, you can have it on in the background. But it was okay. It was all right. It had
So,
some laughs. The musical part that where they're singing, I didn't get really into that, but
but okay, so you say that uh Sherry Moon didn't embody Lily to you, right? Or just maybe she just
right.
that it, maybe okay. So Fred Gwynn, obviously, when you think of Herman Munster, you think of him. He did a fantastic job. I will say, based on the trailers I've seen, I think Jeff Daniel Phillips does a great job of embodying Herman. What do you think about that? Would you
Oh, I
share
think
that
he did
same
good.
opinion?
Yeah, I do. I do. And I think who played Grandpa? I can't remember his name, but
Al Lewis played Grandpa in the show, but Daniel Roebuck plays him
yeah, I thought
in the
Daniel
movie.
Roebuck did decent in the movie. Uh, my wife thought that they made Herman, they kind of dumbed down his character, and but I don't think she watched a lot of the Munster show coming up, so cause he was like a jokester guy, kind of like
Right.
always telling little jokes and laughing, and just a happy-go-lucky guy, and I think he did fine with that. Um, I like the one part. So, that there's always memes that you see as far as Eddie Munster's a werewolf, and they say Lily's a vampire, Herman's a Frankenstein monster, and their son's a werewolf. They kind of make fun of whatever, but they kind of tell you in this movie how that became, like why their son is a werewolf.
Why
But
their son is.
yeah, yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. So Lily has a brother who's a werewolf.
Right.
So that
Got it.
it
Okay.
just okay. So now their son, it's okay. Their son's a werewolf because she has werewolf blood in her family. So I guess.
Well, so what about the sets? Did you think the sets looked good?
Yeah, I think they
Or
did good on the sets and everything. I thought all that looked pretty good. Um, I the I liked how when they first moved out to LA and it was Halloween and everybody was already in costumes, so they thought everything was okay, and then the next morning they come out and everybody's back to normal, and it kind of scared them. So no, I thought that was all right. It was okay. It's not I don't know if I rated the
so
movie, I'd probably give it like a 3 or something.
oh well, three. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, does not constitute three. Then I mean,
No.
that's at least five above, I would think.
Well, you everybody has movies, even like family friendly Halloween movies that they're going to watch each Halloween. One of
Okay,
mine is
gotcha.
Halloween Town, like that whole series. I think those are good, like family friendly movies for Halloween.
Right,
And of course, I mentioned Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas. You can watch pretty much any time between now and Christmas.
Christmas.
'Cause,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, okay. Another question for you then. Talking about those movies. So before to wrap up, Monsters, it'll go into your Halloween rotation, as far as like,
Yeah.
what I mean, to have movies on in the background and stuff
Yeah.
like
Like
that. It's earned
one of
its
the
place. It's earned its
yeah.
place there.
Like I would watch the Olsen twins Double Toil and Trouble before I watched this movie for
Wow. Now
Halloween.
you've set the bar really.
Have you seen that Double Toil and Trouble? That's a great. Halloween movie.
I can honestly say that I've never seen any of the Olsen twins
Yeah,
movies.
they were probably like
I
four
have
at the
not.
time, so 4 or 5.
Right. Yeah.
So I
All
guess
right.
that's
Well,
not very
you,
good then.
I mean, if you're saying you would watch that, wow, yes, you put the Munsters pretty low bar. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's okay to me. All right. Anyway, moving on from that, and I will watch it. It's going to be on my thing. Although my family has no want or no drive at all to see this movie, The
The
Munsters, for
monster.
some reason. Neither
What
one of
if
them,
it?
they're not
What about
excited
the
about it.
Adams family? Like, does your family
They,
like the Adams
they
family?
like the Adams Family, but the new animated one, I really haven't remember seeing I know they've seen the originals, but that's not
Yeah,
how we watch on a regular. But they did like the Adams Family, yes, and they like the Hubie Halloweens and stuff like. They're
yeah,
looking forward to the new Marlon Wayans one, right?
yeah.
The Munsters that just didn't appeal to them. But all that leads me to say, what about Boo? Where does Boo fall in
Oh,
for
I would
you?
watch Boo
You know
way
what I
before I
mean?
watched the Rubs. You talking about Medea's
No, but
Medea?
yes,
Oh
Medea's.
yeah, yeah,
But where does that fall? Because that, to me, that falls into the same vein as the Hubie Halloween,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean,
They would be way
and
above, way higher on the list than
the
the Munsters.
Hocus
Boo.
and the Hocus
I like
Pocus
all of that.
and
Remember
stuff
when
like
we were
that.
growing up, the TV series we would watch, they would have like their Halloween special. You know what I mean? When it was October, you kind of looked forward to because
Yes, and I'll tell you which ones I did. Not to cut you off, finish your statement, but I'll
yeah.
tell you what ones I totally. There's two specifically that really come to mind that they don't really show much anymore, or that I don't see when they do. But there was two that really come to
I
mind.
think I know one of them, maybe not, but I can name one of them. I think
Okay,
Roseanne.
what?
Roseanne used to have a great
No,
Halloween. No,
I mean, I'm actually going back to when we were like elementary school children. I'm talking about those Halloween, like the animated Halloween specials that
oh,
used to come
oh,
on.
yeah, you mean like
I've got two specifically that I remember that I really enjoyed.
the Legend
Um,
of Sleepy Hollow?
that was one. That was one, but they started showing that in one, or at least clips of it from one of the ones that I'm speaking of. I'll just tell you, the Fat Albert Halloween special.
Oh
I
man, I
don't know
haven't
if you
seen that
remember
in
that
years.
or
Yeah,
not.
I remember it.
Neither have I. I that was a good one to me. I really enjoyed that. I remember that. I think Mudfoot or something like that, Clubfoot. There was somebody that was some spooky stuff going down. That was a good one. And then there was one which was the Disney one. There they had the Magic Mirror was the host of this show.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They would play a lot of the spooky animated stuff that they had, which is where the Sleepy Hollow clip with Ichabod getting
yeah,
across the thing, the jack o' lantern being thrown, the animated jack o' lantern
yeah.
being thrown across the bridge. Yeah, all that. Those two specials were ones that I really enjoyed.
And Looney Tunes had a good one too with
Looney
Bugs
Tunes
Bunny
did have
and
one.
that big
Yes.
hairy monster. I don't even know what he was. He was kind
Yes,
of
you're absolutely right.
yeah,
So those,
yeah.
those three come to mind for me for those animated specials. That when it was like, as a kid, that's really when you like
Yeah.
they had those. Then of course the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a
Those
classic.
were
You
always they,
couldn't
and
wait for
some of the
that.
other ones were classic. But to me, those are the specials that you got in the Halloween mood, spirit. In
It's
that month of
because
October.
they only came on once a year too, though. Back then, you better hope you saw it because they didn't have a DVR. You might
Oh
tape
no,
it on your beta machine or something, but
you're
who
right.
knows?
And I guess now, I don't remember seeing it before this either. But I know now they're probably definitely not showing the Fat Albert
No. Well, two reasons.
Halloween special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Bill,
one,
Bill,
Bill
Bill.
Cosby.
Well, the name too. You can't go around calling people that now.
Yeah, but I think that would still be. I hadn't thought about that, but you don't think that would be?
I don't know.
They
I
just
don't
had
know.
that movie with Keaton Thompson
Yeah, but
that came out in
yeah, but that was
2007,
before
8.
cancel culture too. You
Yeah,
couldn't have a
maybe
movie
right.
about like let's say that you have a TV series with an Asian guy and you couldn't call it Asian Mike or something like that. People would flip their lids over stuff like that. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, but I don't think. I said, oh wow, I don't
I'm
know.
just saying
Something tells me that would be.
there may be some of us. I mean, some people out there
No, you're
that
right.
don't like the name Fat Albert.
You're probably right. You are right.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a contingent, some people that somewhere that have found Albert somehow, some way made
Yeah.
its way back into a pop culture cartoon, what would he be? Just Albert? Would he be Albert, or would he couldn't be heavyset
And
Albert?
nobody would watch the show because it was called Albert. No, but
Or
no.
maybe Albert with an exclamation point behind it.
Yeah. Albert.
You know,
Just,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I don't know either. I did see that Looney Tunes now has like is it on Showtime or HBO? They have
It's
like you can
HBO
watch,
Max.
yeah, so you can watch their cartoons because I thought I saw some of the Halloween stuff, but it looked newer. You know what I mean? So
There probably is because they've had some resurgence or some recent cartoons that came on the
yeah,
Cartoon Network and stuff like that that had a decent run that had attracted a really I remember Kirsten Wiig was one of the voices of I think Lola Bunny or something like that. So it had a big name
yeah,
cast behind it. They ran for a couple, so it's probably some of that too. But
yeah,
yes, they have a hub of Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes,
yeah,
cartoons, and also they have the Hanna Barbera hubs also.
yeah. All the Scooby Doo and all that stuff.
Yogi and all those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've
yeah,
got that hub on there too. Some good classics.
yeah,
Some good classic animated cartoons on that thing.
yeah. All right, so talking about kids movies like that, and we mentioned Hubie Halloween earlier, the Curse of
Ridge Hollow.
yeah, yeah. I almost
That's
forgot the
the
name.
Marlon Wayans one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that one.
yeah. But then that's what. So, but go back to the Boo thing, dude. You said Boo does fall into
Yeah,
that same vein. Does that is that something that you watch on? Is that in your rotation now, Jason?
Boo. Yeah,
But
I've got Boo
you
in there. I'm sure I'll watch Boo before. Before
Boo
I've
or the
got
sequel?
yeah, Boo 2 was out. I remember Boo 2. Yeah, I like Medea.
And in that same vein, the Spirit movie is also going to be out here soon.
Is that coming to theaters? I can't remember. Is that just coming out on like Netflix? It's not coming to Netflix. I know.
I think it's doing both, and I think it's going to be in theaters for source. If you get it, you have to pay for it. It's not going to be like on a that I'm aware
Uh,
of, like on a
like
service.
Peacock or something like that.
Yeah.
Hmm. It looks pretty good
So
though. Looks pretty good.
yeah, it's actually decent reviews from what I saw too.
Is that PG or PG-13 on that one?
That's actually PG-13.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say it looks pretty. Yeah, I can't believe a Spirit Halloween movie is rated higher than the Rob Zombie movie. Anyway,
have you hit a Spirit yet up this year yet?
I haven't. I mean, I haven't even started on my forest yet, but no, because I like some of the stuff from Spirit, but a lot of their animatronics, although they're pricey, they're cheaply made, I should say. Especially any of the stuff that jumps, the jumping spiders they have, or the ones where they have some of them where with people and that they like jump up or stuff. It's just all plastic, and if you're gonna pay that much money for something, man, I don't know. I like static props or live actors because the animatronics, unless you buy them through a good company,
Yeah.
like I don't. Spirit has some good stuff, but some of their stuff is just very cheaply made, man. Um,
Okay.
I've got a bunch of them, but the ones that I like the best are ones that just move a little bit. The ones
Right.
that jump, if you get a season out of them, you're lucky.
Oh
Like
wow,
really.
that's not cool.
No, and you're paying, $400 or $500 for these things.
Right.
So me, I'll buy a mannequin for about 75 bucks and buy the costume, and for about 125, I got a prop that'll last forever.
Well, they've got a great marketing tool out for them with this movie, though. You know what I mean? I'm sure that these
Oh, I
little
know.
things that they come to life will be huge sellers,
Yeah, and remember we talked about it one
if not
time. I said,
already.
yeah, we touched base on that, and I said, watch, they'll come out with a new prop, and that'll be the go-to one for this year, and it'll be one that I don't have, which I'm sure
Oh
it
yeah.
is. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, Spirit's a good spot to go for Halloween stuff. But
Yeah.
you can find stuff online way better, way better.
Right. Well, and it also has a great Christopher Lloyd going for it, also.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty amazing by itself.
So yep. So, dude, did you happen to catch Saturday Night Live at all?
No, I didn't. I always forget it's on.
Okay. I
What
was just
nights that come on?
curious. think it's Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. What was it, a Halloween thing, or what happened on it?
No, it is not. It wasn't not a Halloween thing. It was just the new season debuted um last night,
New
and
actors and
a lot of new actors. A lot of people actually left the show since it was on. You know, Kate McKinnon, Pete Davidson, Adie Bryant, since the last show, since
oh
last,
wow.
in the finale. So they've all left. I think altogether they they have had seven people. Kyle Mooney was one. Leave this,
Wow.
Melissa Muir, all Chris Red, Alex Moffat, a lot of people that left. So they've had a lot of new cast members that debuted because these people were reliable. I mean, Kate McKinnon alone played like Dr. Fauci. You know what I
Oh
mean? She
yeah.
played Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She had great characters and just and then characters that she originated on her own. So they're at a huge transition point
So did
right
she
now
leave,
because
or did they
Kate
let her
McKinnon
go?
left. No, everybody that left, I believe, left there.
Okay,
Because it was a huge, like I said, about like 9 cast members,
that's a lot.
between over the summer. Yeah, pretty huge. So this last night was just a debut, and they hired a lot of new cast members. And I was just curious if you caught it. How Miles Teller was the host, Kendrick Lamar was the musical guest. I thought it was pretty good for premiere. Um, they kind of commented on the fact they had a great skit commenting on the fact about how so many cast members did leave, and how are they going to continue on? It was pretty good.
Yeah, I like I actually Saturday Night Live stuff I usually on Monday while I'm at work or something, I'll catch up on Saturday Night Live, like the little skits, you know what I mean, what happened, instead of
Yeah.
watching the whole show. But um when was your favorite era of Saturday Night Live?
Oh wow. There's been so many of them. I mean, when
Yeah.
I was growing up, right, it was of course uh Bill Hartman, Dana Carvey,
Yeah.
Mike Myers,
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon.
Yeah.
Those that cast right there for me was really good. That was when I was probably in the teenage years, and then of course before that there was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Um,
well, that's
but
we've seen all of the good ones, man. I mean, we
yeah,
were back in, well, we didn't. I was young. I don't know about you when like Belushi and all of them were on. I was really young at that
yeah.
time,
So
so
I was, yes, I so was I. I don't remember really them at all. I mean, I've seen reruns. But then the cast that they talk about a lot, that which is are huge stars now: Adam Sandler, David Spade,
Chris
Chris
Farley,
Farley, and those.
yeah,
But see, here's the thing with those guys. I don't. That's probably the cast that I saw the least. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Because then I was really out and about and doing things, and that cast was on. So I called them in reruns when I show them like on MTV or whatever they're doing, VH1, whatever when they would show reruns, I would catch some of them. But for the most part, I didn't see that cast. I was really partial to the Tina Fey years and all that stuff.
yeah,
The Kristen Wiig. Of course, how can I just skipped over the Will Ferrell.
yeah,
That I was the Will Ferrell, um, Molly Shannon,
yeah.
those guys, they were awesome also.
I think
But
they had the in that era they had the most movies that came out like during while they were on Saturday Night Live, like with like Adam Sandler, man. I mean, look what he's done since Saturday Night Live, and with like Chris Farley and David Spade, the movies they had like pop up right towards the end of their career on Saturday Night Live, and because before that it was you had people like Eddie Murphy that, I mean, look at his career now, but like when they were with Saturday Night Live, they didn't. It was almost when they left Saturday Night Live is when everything kind of kicked in. Where a lot of these your Will Ferrells and people like that. I mean, look what happened to them while they were with Saturday Night Live.
Will Ferrell, I guess, definitely had some films come out that when he was with SNL. I mean, but I think it really took off for him more. Maybe I'm wrong about that after he left.
Yeah, probably.
But
Yeah,
I liked that the cast recently for me was the Kristen Wiig cast. That's who I really thought was incredible. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I can't think of anybody else now. Will Forte, he was on there with her. Help me out, man, and help me think of some cast members because right now I'm drawing a blank. Jason Sudeikis. Um, he played who was the one who played the guy who's like
Oh,
uh
I don't know. He was in it too as Richie, but oh
yes,
man, what is his name?
that what
I,
was
I
that?
know you're talking. He gave the he was on Weekend Update to give the reports for the nightclubs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one, that cast right there. Bill Hader,
Yeah,
Bill
Bill
Hader.
Hader.
Those guys right there to me were really great. Kristen Wiig was awesome. I really liked her. I like her as a comedic actress, though. I think she's really funny. I
Yeah,
think she's hilarious.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
they'll. I hope they do okay. I hope they brought in some new blood that's going to work out good.
The cast last night, they seemed to gel pretty good. I thought it was a
Yeah,
pretty strong episode. Anyway, I was just curious if you'd seen it.
yeah.
Um, Speaking of which, you asked if it was a Halloween episode. I gotta ask, a more recent addition to the Halloween season, I would say within the past, my gosh, it's been 8 years, probably since his debut. What are your thoughts on David S. Pumpkin? Do you know
Uh,
who I'm talking about?
wait
Tom
a
Hanks' character. Any questions? David S. Pumpkin?
on
Oh,
which one?
come
What
on.
is it? No, yeah, you lost me there.
You don't know that character that Tom Hanks played? He was an SNL cast, or he came from SNL, or he was on SNL. Like, it was a character that was debuted. He was like, "Any questions?" He was dressed. He had the jacket, the pumpkin jacket on, and all that stuff. He was popular enough where he got his own animated special, which is why I'm bringing it up.
Really?
In the same vein, yeah, he got his own animated special in the same vein as those old ones that we were talking about, like Fat Albert and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, I can't believe Jason. Come on, man! I can't believe I stumped you. I didn't mean to stump you.
Tom
Yeah,
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, David S. Pumpkin. Google it as soon as this show's over, my
Yeah,
friend.
I'm gonna have to now. Gonna
Yeah.
have
Anyway,
to.
that thought I thought that was awesome. There's just tons of they have Halloween costumes people wear about him now. He exploded out into the Halloween pop culture. I can't believe you
Oh
don't know it.
no, I know, I know.
Oh my gosh!
I
All right, well
must have.
check it out.
Yeah.
Check it
Um,
out, dude.
Speaking of gaps in between films coming out, Hocus Pocus. Have you had a chance to see part two to that yet?
The family and I are watching that this evening.
Okay. I
That is
won't
the
say
plan.
much about that then. I won't. We'll talk about that one on the next one. But
We will.
yeah,
Well, cool.
yeah.
Well, man, I
Oh
think we
wait,
have.
wait.
Oh,
One thing. Have you watched? I finished the season, and you may have watched some of it. Dahmer.
I have not started it. Tell me, you just we can talk about that quick.
Um, I loved it. I thought it was great. I think they did a great job of keeping the story real. Evan Peters, man, he should definitely win some kind of award for his acting in it. It was great, and the guy that plays his father, and I can never remember his name, but he
Richard
was all,
Jenkins.
yeah, dude, he should win an award too, man. His acting was superb, and but Dahmer, the first episode is him getting arrested, and then it's like a bunch of more backstory stuff. What happened after that? But eight episodes, everyone's great. The acting's great. The storylines are great in each episode. Highly recommended, man.
Well, Evan Peters is a fantastic actor. He has, I mean, been in a lot of Ryan Murphy vehicles and has stretched his abilities and played such a variety of different characters that he's had the ability to play. Um, and then he won Best Supporting Actor,
Yeah,
I think, for Mayor of Easttown.
yeah.
You
You know, I
know,
used to get that mixed up with the mayor of Kingston. I don't know why, but those, for some reason, those kind of always, like when I would talk about them or something, I say, wait, what was it, Kingston or? But it's not. It's mayor because that's the lady's name, not mayor. Anyway.
there you go. And that brings us to the end, my friends.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, it does.
yeah,
Guys, thank you very much for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Jason, I enjoy it as always, my friend.
yep. Same here, Lee. Chucky comes out Wednesday. Walking Dead
Ah,
tonight.
yes.
Um, Jeepers Creepers is in the theaters.
Lots of great Halloween material
Yep.
out there, my friends. We'll be sinking our teeth into it. I will say, I forgot, and we'll talk about it next episode. I forgot. I watched a movie just last night, Honeymoon. My wife and I watched it. She picked it out. I'll just leave it at this. It's It was interesting film. Uh, interesting film.
All
Check
right.
it out. I was. Yeah.
It's in my watch list. I'll have to watch it now.
Oh, so you've seen it? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's in my watch list. I haven't like watched it yet because
Right.
actually,
But
when I saw it, I thought it was Haunted Honeymoon with the old Gene Wilder one. But
yes. No, it's okay. It's okay. Um, it's I don't want to spoil anything for you if you're gonna watch it,
yeah,
but it's an interesting watch. So
yeah.
cool. Check that out, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you've seen Honeymoon or not. It came out. It's got Rose Leslie from Game of Thrones fame. She played the uh, girl who immortalized the line of nothing, Jon Snow. No,
And he didn't.
no, exactly. Um, so she was a great actress. Actually, she did a really really good job, Rose Leslie. So yeah. Well, anyway, guys, hit the like button, leave a comment if you would, please share with your friends. Thank you very much for watching. We definitely appreciate it. Jason, any last words?
No, sounded like you were like getting ready to like kill me or something. But any last words? No, no, I'm good.
As I push the button.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
All right, cool. Well, guys, all right. Well, everybody take care. Jason, talk to you soon.
Next time, man.
Yep. Peace.